Hi everyone and welcome to the Hair Loss Show. In today's episode we're going to talk about virtual consultations and see if they're appropriate for you. Stick around.
Welcome to the Hair Loss Show. Dr. Russell Knudsen and Dr. Vikram Jayaprakash discuss issues relating to hair loss and the medical and surgical treatment of hair loss in both men and women.
Hi everyone and thanks again for watching. My name is Dr. Vikram Jayaprakash and welcome to the Hair Loss Show. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. So both Russell and myself have always been really big proponents on making sure that you get good advice. If you're worried about hair loss, make sure you consult with someone who's medically trained at treating and managing all forms of hair loss. And so there may be someone in your local area that you can go see and have a consultation. But one of the things in this sort of post-COVID sort of era, one of the things that we've become really good at, and I'm talking about everyone in the world, is managing things virtually. And the same has been true in the medical field. A lot of consultations through, not out of choice, but through demand, had to be done virtually online. And the same is true with us. In our practice, we've had to do consultations virtually. Now, in one way, there's limiting factors there, but it's also been really beneficial in other ways because we've been able to reach a larger audience. We've been able to consult with people that may not be in the geographical space and be able to meet with us in person. So I think what I wanted to go through today was, well, what can you expect if you're having a virtual consultation? And also, what are the limitations that you need to consider? So with virtual consultations, obviously they're done online through a webcam. And essentially, the interaction, whilst not there in person, should essentially be the same. You want to make sure that your doctor's having that interaction with you and you're getting a full medical history so you can understand what is happening, understand where you are on your specific journey, what your goals are, what your expectations are. And then through that, be able to see, and there are limitations on the webcam, but able to see what the degree of hair loss you're experiencing actually is. And then from that, at least talk about options, and that will be medical, surgical, and possibly regenerative as well. And so be able to walk you through the pros and cons of all of those treatment modalities. And so I think I found that this is a really good useful tool to be able to start that conversation and be able to educate the patient. And I think patients have also, from their feedback, found that really useful as well. Where there are limitations, well, obviously you're not there in person, so you can't examine close up, you can't use dermatoscopes or magnifying loops or anything like that to be able to see the scalp and the skin and assess things. Obviously, and we don't do biopsies often, but if we needed to do a biopsy, then, well, obviously being on a virtual consult, that's not possible either. So there are limitations. And also the other thing is that lighting can affect how we perceive a particular area. Especially a downlight on someone may make the area look a lot thin and sparse than what it actually looks like in real life. So whenever I have a consultation, I always tell patients, well, how we assess the area, we've got to take that with a sort of grain of salt when we're discussing the degree of hair loss. But again, it's a good starting point to have that conversation. And I always recommend following that, if possible. Certainly if they need to progress to further therapies, then they need to come in and have an in-person consultation as well. So I hope that breaks down the pros and cons of a virtual consultation. I think a lot of us have had to move to that out of necessity, but it's actually been a really positive thing, and I'm sure will continue for a long time. But I hope you found this useful. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.